right
So
now.
Tottenham and Everton are like having a bidding war. He's gonna go tonight, so
It's a stupid bidding war. If I was Sissoko, I would not go to Tottenham, but we'll talk about it.
30 mil.
Oh, that's a good question. Who would you rather go to?
What?
Look. If you're looking at it on paper, yeah, Tottenham. If you're looking at it on who you're going to get in, and somebody has to go in that Tottenham midfield. And if you're asking me, that Tottenham midfield looks quite settled now. He's going to have to do something, and he ain't going to do it. If I was him, I would go to Everton because McCarthy, you won't see him again, or Barry. Barry, man. If
So
somebody needed to go, it's not Wenger, it's Barry. Barry needed to go long time playing for Bristol Rovers. That guy, how don't even.
yeah, but
Seriously.
think about it. Sissoko's a right winger, so like Barry's not even really in the discussion. Like, who's
No,
there?
but
Is Lennon, Balassi? What? I know what you mean. There's more. You've got more
you
like
got a
you're more likely
packed
to play.
midfield right now. You got a packed midfield. He'd have to do something. And as somebody said on Sky Sports, if he plays like how he was in the Euros, yeah, he'll get in, no problem. You the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
If he plays like he played last season for his club, Newcastle, he is going to be a bench warmer.
Mm.
You're so right about that. It says a lot. Last season says a lot about the player he is. Because yeah, and he was great in the Euros. I'm glad you brought that up because I agree. Like, he was one of my favorite players to watch in the Euros, and I always wondered why he got so much game time. But he played well, and it's like last season he seemed like he wasn't bothered really. We probably wasn't, but come on. But
Just, I love that from Tottenham though. It's disgraceful. Total lack of respect.
Is it Lamar or Lamari?
No, it's just Lamar, like the singer.
Lamar.
yeah.
All right. So you being a Chelsea fan, what do you think about the reacquisition of David Luiz? What are you saying about that?
From a business perspective, it's good business. We sold him for 50. We bring him back for 30 plus add-ons. With inflation,
Mm.
times moved
Mm.
on. He's got older. He's settled in PSG. Probably bored in France.
Yeah.
Let's win everything again because nobody's competing with us. Because Lyon, Marseille, Monaco, they all loan out or sell their best players. Like, it's a very boring league. It pains me to say it, but who from France, who's going to be contesting in the Champions League? And if you think about that answer, then that just answers the question for me. So I think for him, it's exciting because he never won a Premier League. So I think that's when he said like business is not done. It is not done because he's won the Euros, he's won a Champions League, but from a Chelsea perspective, he can't play like he did last time because it will be so obvious, and Conte will not tolerate that.
See,
What you mean a bit erratic, a bit explosive, a bit
You know what?
dynamic?
What I think is that he is a Brazilian centre half, and English people and English media cannot tolerate that kind of style. Like Kennedy, you cannot tolerate your left back being in the box. Like, you cannot tolerate your centre half all of a sudden bursting forward when he should be holding. Poor Terry, because I played centre half before. Poor Terry must be wondering, I don't know whether he's going to stick or I don't know whether he's going to go. So it must be a nightmare to play with him. But if he's settled down, it's good business. And it's defensive cover. I'll tell you what, right? You can predict, right, without any sales, right? You can predict our back four, right? Or at least our five, right? Any game, you can predict it. So you need to mix it up. Ivanovic, don't even get me started. Cahill, this is a Champions League winner. 30, he's okay, but he's from Bolton. Terry, he's big time, but do I want to shake the guy's hand in person? Probably not. But I mean, on the field, he's great centre half.
I was going to say, like, Perry just said the exact question I was going to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the question he's going to say because we can read each other's mind like that. Do you think Luiz will still play at centre back, or do you think Conte has other plans for him.
Say that again.
Do you think Conte has other plans for Luiz rather than playing him at centre back? Like, could he be a centre midfield option or holding option? Because he doesn't seem to be like Conte's traditional kind of style of defender. Like, do
Are
you
you
reckon he
asking
might
me?
go into the midfield? I'm asking
Um,
Lamar because I know.
You're asking me.
I,
I
yeah,
think
I
I
know.
think I think like Eric Dyer, you have flexibility. You can put him in that
Yeah,
holding role and say go loose. You can put him in that role and say hold back. But for me, I think for the situation that we are in, with the amount of rejections that we've got for central defenders, for the fact that we've done business with Fiorentina for another winger to compete with Azpilicueta, hopefully we won't see Ivanovic for a while, at least as a right back. Hopefully he comes more into a centre half, and then Zuma coming back. I mean, that's defensive options. I mean, if you and Conte is the kind of person that he does like a settled squad, but if people are playing better, he'll play you. Where's Fabregas this season,
yeah. One
right?
last
So
Chelsea
I
related
think he
thing.
can.
What was I gonna say? So Chelsea apparently like sent out their 48th player on loan today, which is crazy. Shouldn't be allowed. Just saying. But yeah, Atsu has like gone to, was it Newcastle? Is it Newcastle? I might have
Mm.
got that wrong. On loan. I think that's a good deal for
We're
Newcastle.
we're 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 a different club, but
That
we have
that's
a lot of talent that needs
that's
to be loaned.
violating that. I think that's violating the whole system, and it's not good for English players either being able to do that.
But the whole
some of them are
system
English
isn't good
players,
for
though,
him,
isn't it?
though.
Yeah, some of them are, but like if you've got that many players on your roster, it's like how will players ever make it? Tammy Abraham, Bristol City, like he's
On
on loan.
fire.
He's on loan from Chelsea, and he was on fire in the youth team, and he's on fire at Bristol City, and it's like, mate, this guy is arguably one of our most talented youngsters, and he might not ever make it. And it's like, don't know how I feel about that, but that's a whole different topic. What else has happened today, man? Obviously, Joe
What are you
Hart's.
saying about what you saying
Go on.
about yeah, what are you saying about Man City with Boney going leaving?
Was it so he's gone on loan to where? Stoke? Yeah, he's gone on loan to
Yeah,
Stoke.
he's gone Stoke. So like, but the thing is, Man City didn't get a striker in the end, did they?
They did they not? Did they not? I
Because remember
sure they
they were
did.
after Aubameyang. They was after
Mm.
Aubameyang. That was meant to be happening. That didn't happen. So like, who they get?
I'm still surprised that didn't happen, by the way. Like I was certain that they were gonna
I
sign
thought
him.
it was a done deal.
Yeah, like when I remember when that rumor came out, it was just like, yeah, that's happening. It's just like, oh, okay.
I would just say, look at their manager. I wouldn't be too surprised by that. You've got a lot. He is a kind of person. Say what you want about Pep, but he is a kind of person where you stick to your plan. It's all about position. Win
Mm.
the midfield. Look on the first day against the team they played against. I can't remember now. But the first game, their fullbacks, they did something that in English football you would have just thought was blasphemy. They put their fullbacks and they naturally moved into a midfield position
Push
and
them
put
right up.
the defensive midfielder back into the center. So it's almost like you had a 3 and a 2, but the 2 were in the middle, right? Sanya and Clichy in the middle. Could you believe it? He's the kind of person that just wants to dominate midfield. So for the fact that he's bought Monero, I think, Jesus and
Yeah, they got him from. That's their
Sane,
striker. That's their
yep,
striker. Yeah.
Nolitu, like there is options there, and I think
Mm.
that he might not. This guy is not traditional. This guy is not going to be playing 4-4-2. This guy is going to be different, and I think that if anyone's done business properly and is going to throw things up, it's Man City because they have got rid of their waste and they brought in. He's completely fundamentally changed the squad.
So
If
you,
I
I
talk,
was gonna say, you think they can just get by with Aguero and what's it, Inacho? Yeah, just them two, and
Oh,
obviously they got Jesus as
yeah,
well.
but you're completely the mid
Aguero is a
the,
very injury-prone player. We need to remember that, bro.
the midfield has so many attacking options. You're
Yeah,
telling me De Bruyne is not going to get you goals and assists? De
yeah,
Bruyne is big time.
yeah.
Yeah, but we know if any fans know the importance of having a good striker, even though you have exceptional midfield as an Arsenal fan, bro. We know that having a sick midfield but having no fucking striker is not. It's not ideal, man.
To be fair though, Arsenal fans don't know what it's like to have a manager that's gonna switch
Do,
things
do
up.
you know? Do you know what I say about Arsenal? Just getting straight to the point. Do you know what I say about Arsenal? Right? People talk about the business that they've done and everything like that. I'm just gonna name the clubs your players have come from. Okay? Hiroshima, Deportivo La Coruña, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bolton, Valencia, Diamond Academy.
Jesus Christ, man. And you know what? Arsenal fans will banter Liverpool about signing players from Southampton all the time, and that's a perfect response, really, because I feel like surely if you keep buying from players of that quality, players from them kind of teams, you're gonna slowly pull yourself down.
You can't have Jamie Vardy saying that it was the easiest decision for him not to turn down Arsenal Football Club. You can't
We've
have
been
that.
getting battered, right?
You can't have that. You can't have that. You can't have these second-rate players that are playing well for how they are. You can't have Rob Holding, who has barely played 50 games professionally in football, come into Arsenal, play Liverpool in the opening game as a defender without Kashani. It's just your club is. That's why watching Arsenal TV is brilliant, because the club is in just absolute chaos in a sense of where you should be compared to what you are. It's not to say that your club is in ruin or you don't have a good manager or yada yada. It's to say, for the funds that you have, for the club that you are, for the stadium that you have, for the players that are already playing for you, you should not be struggling to find Champions League players. You are essentially saying every transfer window, you are going to be playing in a top 4 Champions League team, gonna get to round 16.
Boy, I'm dying
Bolton.
because this is just what I've been saying. This is what I've.
Bolton. But do you know who's done the worst business, I think? I think the club that's done the worst business is probably either West Brom or Burnley.
Oh no, Sunderland are right up there.
They've done some things. I mean,
they've not signed.
All right, okay.
Right, Sissoko's just joined Spurs, by the way. Sissoko's just joined
Amazing.
Spurs.
Well, it's done. It's
Amazing.
done.
Deal is done for the next 5 years. Transfer window is closed.
Let me come on to that a second. But just you heard the clubs that Arsenal just bought from, right? Let me tell you about the clubs that Sunderland just bought through. You ready? Atletico Madrid, Lorient, Manchester United, Manchester United, Manchester United. Right. But it might not be the best business, but
yeah,
there's aspiration there. But Sissoko going to Tottenham, I mean...
Yeah, you said how you felt about that, and it's happened, so we're going to see it. We're going to see it. But...
If I was Ronald Koeman, man, I would not be a happy bunny.
So, what was I going to say? Just sticking with Arsenal for the second, Gnabry's gone out on a permanent, which is crazy to me. And then what else has happened? Jack Wilshere, Bournemouth. That's one of the big ones.
Do you know what? Is it though? Because, finally people are beginning to wake up to the talent of our England squad and beginning to realise, no, actually, it's not good enough. Hart, no, he does not have a strong hand. He's not a Premier League goalkeeper that's going to win you the Champions League. So he goes to a team that's mid-table in Serie A. Remember that.
Not even mid-table, man.
Not the Champions League team. If I was Stoke City or Sunderland that have done business with goalkeepers today as well, I would have been all over Hart. There must be a reason why they didn't.
Did Sunderland not get a keeper? Surely they didn't get it. Did you see that guy they had playing in goal? He looked about 12 the other day. Surely they got a keeper.
But then on top of that, you have Jack Wilshere, the next biggest thing. Gets into the England squad, barely plays a game all season. Somehow.
But that was based on talent. that alone. I'd even say
And
that.
he's
He
not
didn't
getting in
deserve
that.
it. He didn't deserve
He's
it.
not getting in that Arsenal squad, and that's why he's gone.
Yeah, he's got about 6 players ahead of him, I would
I
imagine.
don't think it's that. What's happened is he's obviously had a word with Wenger, or it's gone the other way around. One of them's approached we'll never know who approached some word and been like, look, like, how's it looking for me this season? Or Wenger's gone to him and said, look, Jack, I like you, but realistically, I don't know how I'm going to fit you in to get you starting each game. Either the convo started in that way, and Jack's either said, cool, I don't mind going on loan, like let me get my fitness back up. Or Wenger suggested to him, look, go on loan for a year, build up your fitness, see if you can prove that you can stay fit for a year, come back and like you have a place here in this team, innit? Like, because I like you. We know Wenger has a soft spot for Wilshere. We know that, innit? So that's obviously how the conversation's gone down. I don't think it's anything more than that, man. Just build up his fitness, get him back on his feet.
Yeah, I don't think.
How's he gonna? Yeah.
Not a disastrous situation. If it works well, it's to everyone's benefit, isn't it?
Because how is he gonna start? He's not gonna start with Xhaka, Coquelin,
Ozil, El Neni,
Zazi, all fighting for that midfield
all
spot.
ahead of him.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
Nah, he's a gone man.
So what do you reckon's going to happen next summer to Wilshere then, Lamar?
You know what? Because I happily talk about Arsenal, and not in a bad way. I just mean in a very critical way. I mean,
It's
there is
interesting.
some dead wood that needs to go, and this is why Wenger needs to go. Because, like Roy Hodgson, there's some people he just likes. You know, some people he just likes to have a cup of coffee with, and he needs to stop having a cup of coffee with these people and start looking at the numbers, start looking at the pitch, and start looking at what they should be and what they shouldn't be. Right? Walcott needs to go. Oxlade-Chamberlain for Arsenal Football Club needs to go.
Agreed.
Walcott,
You think Ox needs to go as well?
Look, you're going to tell me that he's developing into the next big thing since sliced bread. He is Walcott times two.
I actually agree with you. This is why I want to get you.
He's
I actually
Walcott
agree with you.
times. He's Walcott. He's. Imagine if this was a Harry Potter book. Okay, Walcott is like the first book. Chamberlain is the second book. This guy isn't pulling in the numbers that you need, and every game, every now and again, he'll look fantastic, but he's not consistent, and he's consistently on the bench. So there must be something for him to say.
Yeah, I don't rate him, bro. So.
Ox and Walcott are the ones that should have been going out, and Gnabry and Campbell should have been staying, if anything. But
that's the thing. That's the craziest thing. What is going on at this club? Like Joe Campbell showed moments of pure skill last season. Things that he did where I was like, come on, man, you got to give him his props. Like he was picking passes out like Mahrez, like just they were looking exceptional. Like, and now he's out on loan because Wenger was just dropping him for no reason, trying to force Ox into the team, like trying to accommodate Walcott into the team and just dropping Campbell. It's like, what? He scored last game. He got an assist last game. How are you dropping him?
I think
Wenger just didn't like him. I think just didn't rate him.
Yeah,
he didn't want to have a cup of coffee with him, man. He didn't want to have a cup of coffee with him.
I like that one, you know.
No, he didn't. This guy would be drinking champagne with Walcott. He's been drinking champagne with him for 10 years because everyone's been complaining for the last 5 years because everyone knows that the player he should have been, this guy should have been Bale coming from Southampton.
You are so right.
When he was 16, he was the biggest of big time. Whatever age he went to Arsenal, he is the biggest of big time. And now he is still the up and coming. No, he's 27, 28. Come on.
One thing I did want to touch.
What you can see.
Yeah, I was gonna say one thing I did want to touch upon. It sounds small, but it's like, well, Andre Wisdom, he's gone on loan now from Liverpool, and they have no left back. So they've just got. Oh well, Moreno's basically they don't want to play him anymore. Milner's had to like go out there and learn how to play left back, which is just crazy. So they've got no left back. I'm surprised Klopp didn't go in and get anyone. Like,
I think Klopp has accepted that. If I had money to buy a season ticket to watch a team this season, from an offensive perspective, Liverpool, because the way that they can go forward now, it's threatening. I don't care what team you are in the world.
They're still suspect at the back a little.
Of course, but I think he's accepted that. I'm
not even gonna lie, man. Liverpool don't even look that much different.
he's going to say, I'm going to outscore you. He's going to do what Real Madrid wanted from Benitez.
It sounds like what you're saying is he's gonna just follow the Rodgers blueprint and do the whole Suarez, Sterling, and Sturridge approach and just try and outscore everyone. From what you're saying, 'cause that seems like that's what Rodgers set up to do.
Well, if you're gonna treat Sacco that badly, I know this guy has behavior issues, but if you're gonna treat him like that, then and this guy, statistically, you know how you can look at the statistics and say that most likely Man City are gonna win games if Company is playing.
Yeah.
Same with Sacco. So, this should be a guy you should be slapping on the wrist and saying, "Come on, get on the training ground, get off the airport. Come on, let's do this." But he's cut him out of the squad. He's essentially said, "Nah, I feel like a clean sheet to this season. I feel like outscoring him."
I feel like there's something deeper that happened there that the public don't know about and Liverpool don't feel the public have to know about. So I don't know. I feel like they should have sorted out their defense. Another thing. What else?
There's a lot of loan deals that have gone on
I
this
was just
season.
about to
This
go
summer,
on
you
to
know?
that. Mangala's gone to Valencia on loan, so I'd imagine that's to replace Mustafi. And Nasri's gone as well, which is obvious.
Here's a question for you, Man City wise. How many have they sold? Those dead weights that they've had. How many have they sold?
So they've got Dzeko's gone to Roma, Bonnie on loan.
They still got Yaya Toure there eating up their mad. Still got Yaya Toure eating up their mad wages, and he ain't gonna play much, is he?
How many?
Yaya Toure is so 2-3 seasons ago.
Innit?
We all remember. But if you're like this year, if you're in like year 7 and you're just getting into your football, who's Yaya Toure?
Oh, stop it.
Because and I love the business that Man City have done because they've said, let's loan you. If you perform, you can come back. If you don't, we'll sell you after. Either way, we're good.
It's kind of like Arsene Wenger looked at that and thought, let me try that. It's something I've not really tried. Let me just try that. I was going to say, was it Nasri? Obviously, I'm not surprised to see him go. I think I sent Perry a link of Nasri partying in Vegas a few weeks back.
He was overweight. Yeah. He was overweight.
Dancing to Young Thug and smoking weed, allegedly.
Yep. That's what you get. You're loaned. Loaned to a club where you might get Champions League football or not.
He's lucky he's still playing football, man.
You guys still will have beef with Nasri, though.
What, Nasri? Do you know what, though? With hindsight, Nasri just wanted to go on and get more money and probably win some things. I can't really be mad at him. If I'm mad as from an Arsenal perspective, I was mad at Nasri, it'd probably be because he had one good season and then just vanished after he lit everything up, and it was quite horrible to see that. Like, you kind of used us, but I can't be mad at any Arsenal player that left, really. Like, that's a whole different topic, that one.
Who do you think, based on the changes, who do you think will get relegated?
Sunderland.
Ooh.
For damn sure.
They have to go.
Surely they're gonna go this time. Like,
for logical sake, they have to go. But then, and maybe Swansea as well, because their club looks like they're in tatters.
I like Leroy further.
Can you hear what did you think about what David Moyes was saying when he was just like, yeah, like, we are going to be in a relegation battle. Like, why is anything going to change?
So you know what?
I get what he was saying, but it was a bit like blunt. He could have worded it differently, man.
You don't come in with that mentality. You know what? If I was a manager of any of those clubs, I wouldn't say I'd win the Premier League, but I'd say we're going to compete, like we're going to try and do something in the Premier League.
We're going to work hard.
Because if anything taught you last season, that shut everybody up. I don't care who you are, where you're from. If no one in the world said Leicester City were going to win it.
Yeah.
And it goes to show that if you have a team and you work together and you work hard, you can achieve all those things. It's not about money. However, if your manager's coming in saying we're going to have a relegation battle, what are you talking about? You could happily be a top 10. You could happily be in the 10th position and be fine. But every manager's come in. Your club hasn't backed you again. They're happy to just to get 40 points. And I think, being so long in the Premier League, it's a bit sickening that you're already, because 10 or 15 years ago, Stoke City weren't in the Premier League. Southampton weren't in the Premier League. And these clubs are now settled in the Premier League. Like, you can't remember life without them. So
So wait, are we gonna do relegation predictions? Because I'm gonna go for it right now.
Go
We'll
on.
do it before we cut, because transfer window's closed. So I will say Sunderland, Burnley, and you know what? It's gonna sound mad, but Hull City as well. Them three. Perry, what you saying?
What? Whole started alright,
Oh,
man. They only lost one game at
don't
it.
matter. Don't matter, man. There's still how many games to go? 35 games to go. Go down.
What? I was gonna maybe put Bournemouth in there. But Bournemouth just got my boy Jack, so they're looking a bit spicier in midfield.
Spice.
So he's gonna create a lot of chances. So I'm gonna say Stoke. I'm gonna say
Well, Stoke can't go down, man. They're too fit.
Stoke.
Wait, Perry, you might be predicting madness.
I'm gonna say
Perry, please
Stoke.
put money on that as well.
Well, they've started looking alright,
Nah,
innit?
put money on that. Put money on that, please. Because that's like a hunch, innit? Like, that's a hunch. Like, if I had a feeling that was gonna happen,
Big odds.
yeah, you gotta put money on that, even if it's just a young 10.
Did they won this year, this season? Have they won anything?
Nah, they haven't. They
They ain't
haven't.
won,
But
bro.
they'll get into it, man.
We're only 3 games in, but okay, I'm gonna say Stoke. Well, I don't know why you think they're sick, bro. I'm gonna say Stoke. I'm gonna say Sunderland, and Sunderland definitely, man. You know what? Sunderland's my first choice because the way David Moyes was handling that had no ambition, no signs of even caring about trying to stay up. I'm gonna say Stoke and Sunderland and
It's tough, isn't it?
probably Burnley.
What you saying, Lamar?
If I had to gamble my student loan and my help to buy ISA all in one for these three,
Sorry, before you say, who have Crystal Palace brought in?
Oh shit!
who have they brought in?
Oi, do you know what? They are bad.
Yeah, Crystal Palace ain't good, man. Who have they brought in?
Loic Remy, Benteke, Townsend,
They got Remy, didn't they? Yeah.
Tompkins, defender. They'll be fine.
But Pardew.
They'll do a Pardew. That's what they'll do.
I don't know Pardew. But...
First half of the season, absolutely fantastic. Probably be fifth, no problems whatsoever. Second half of the season, pure chaos. He's done it in the past 2 or 3 seasons with Newcastle and Crystal Palace. But you can't say having Remy, Benteke, and Townsend that you're not going to score goals. And that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Because Wickham isn't getting you nothing up there.
Yeah. Well, so what do you reckon, Lamar? Who's going down?
As I said, if I was going to gamble my help to buy ISA, my student loan right now, I would say, first of all, I would say Sunderland. Because they've got a manager that could bring them down. They've got a club that can bring them down. And their players, they don't see much logic there.
Hold on. Before we start sticking it on Moyes, yeah. Before he went to United, he was a highly reputable manager, innit? Like he had respect. He held weight in this. After Ferguson and Wenger, Moyes was
with a club
like
with a club that backed him. With a club with Everton
he was
fairly
consistent. Everton finishing in the top half. Man.
We have no. What he did at Everton was an exceptional job. In a sense of what the club was, what their budget was, what they could achieve, and what they did achieve. He did exceptional. But the difference between this time and then was that he wasn't in a club that was expecting relegation. He wasn't in a club that didn't back him and didn't put their money where their mouth is. Because every manager that's come into Sunderland has said, I'm going to do this, that. And when it came to transfer windows, that's when it all went absolutely wrong because, again, the club didn't back him. So I think he's gone because he's in a mentality now where he's at a club where it doesn't back him. He's already saying it's 3 games in the season. You're already saying you're in a relegation battle. What are you talking about? Whole City's just come up. Burnley have just come
Oh,
up.
if
What are you
I
talking
was a
about?
fan, that'd be stress.
Imagine that. Imagine that. You get David Moyes coming to your club, and the first day as an Arsenal manager, he goes, "Well, we're going to struggle to get in the Champions League." How does that motivate you? So Sunderland's gone. Swansea gone. We've had too much business for too long. Look, right? Leroy Fer has just come back from QPR, going into their squad.
One of my favorite underrated players. It's one of
He,
them guys.
they've got an inexperienced manager for Premier League stature. There's no consistency in regards to the squad, what they're going to do. They're used to like Southampton selling their best players and being fine, but I think this time they've really done it. I think that their club's in a bit of turmoil, and I think that they are a team that are not going to keep a clean sheet after their centre back has gone to Everton. You can't without Ashley Williams. There's no one pulling anybody's neck there, and
No
all these
more Welsh teams. No more Welsh teams in the Prem then.
But then it's a toss up between Hull and Burnley, and if you want me to, if you were going to tell me right now, okay, who is it going to be? I would say Burnley, because I think Hull have the experience of knowing how to keep up. They've got Mason, they've got Keane. They're going to struggle. They're going to try and bring everybody fit back, but the winning mentality is already there. It is already there. If I said to you, Hull v Leicester City in the opening game, when I seen that they were playing them at the opening game, I was like, oh god, what a way to start! And they beat them.
Yeah, one of our friends put £100 on that. He was trying to get us all to put it on. Perry,
Amazing.
remember?
Amazing.
Shout out Miles, man.
Yeah.
Although he did win it out, he did win it back later in the day on horse, so fair enough.
Nice. But Burnley's gone because Burnley haven't done Premier League business. That's for me the difference. Burnley are going to come in the same way they dropped down. There's nothing fundamentally changed about them. Seeing them play against Chelsea with my eyes, 4-4-2, completely. If you put like a central defensive midfielder or a central attacking midfielder in between their lives, they're looking at you like it's illegal. You can't do that. They're not used to. They're not used to full 3-2-1 or any sense of playing in between the lines, and they are going to struggle against teams that are going to not play the traditional way. So they might get something at Crystal Palace. They might get something at Bournemouth. Then they're not going to get nothing at Man United. They're not going to get nothing at Man City. And for teams like Middlesbrough, I think Stoke, I think Watford, they've done enough business to not get relegated, but nah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yo, Lamar, thanks for joining us, man, on this transfer deadline night.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
We've got to do this again sometime very soon, actually.
I've got so much to talk about with Arsenal.
Yeah, man. That any we'll do it on any club. It's cool. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we thought. If you've been listening to this and you've enjoyed this, just give us a like. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on the Twitter at the Hang Sesh. Find us on Facebook, the Hangout Sessions, YouTube, Google. You should find us now. Like, we've been about for over a year. You should find us now. We are out.
Cheers, Perry.
Yeah.